Hello and welcome to the Drummergy Podcast, episode 159.
159.
159. I am your host, Fred Rock Fisher. I am here with the producer.
Hello.
You know what? I just love having the producer on the show.
You do?
I do.
Why?
Well, because you're like the comic relief. You're the Ed McMahon to my...
I'm the comic relief? Oh my gosh.
Who knew? Who knew? You know, as Mary and I were walking out here just a few minutes ago, she had 2 drinks in her hand.
Yeah.
Like, why do you have 2 drinks in your hand? And she said, one's hot and one's cold.
That's right.
Well,
I got to drink the cold one while the hot one cools off.
is that what? You drink the cold one until the hot one cools off to be a cold one as well? Is that the story?
No, I just don't want it to be boiling hot. I just want it to be drinkable.
Yeah. Well, today's episode is going to be on New Year's resolutions. What are your New Year's resolutions?
Oh boy.
So I'm gonna suggest as people start coming on that if they would like to share what their New Year's resolution is, to post that in the comments, please.
Yeah.
And we will we'll check them out. Maybe
you should put that as a little taggy tag.
Or I wonder if I can do that.
Here, I'll do it. Uh-oh, I'm in the wrong account.
Well, I would have to, let's see, create a banner.
Oh.
Uh-huh. See,
well,
we're doing it live. We're doing it live. So
okay.
I type over here.
Wow.
What is your New Year?
Do that thing like in the movies where they just type furiously and they only typed up like 4 words. They're like,
right where you...
It's like, what? Or they're doing something that you clearly would be
working.
Yeah. Or or they're doing something you would clearly do with a mouse, but they're typing like crazy. It's like, what do you know, a bunch of code or something? What are you doing?
Keyboard, how quaint, right?
Computer.
Scroll across the bottom and add banner. Boom. And go to show.
Mine is...
Look at that.
Thomas Schuster has already... Oh. Okay, so Thomas says, good morning. Mine is get healthy and keep the wife happy.
Whoa.
And James Harrison says he's under the weather today. I'll be watching, but probably not commenting much. I'm sorry, James.
Oh, man.
There seems to be a lot of illness going around right now. And
it is winter.
Keeping my... Well, I'm just hearing it sounds like it's a particularly bad year. Like, you remember the season going into COVID, that 19/20 winter.
I remember it.
The flu was really bad. There was the A and there was the B.
Mm-hmm.
And I managed to come down with the A. And I was so sick. I was way sicker with that than I was with COVID. It was awful.
Wow, I don't remember.
And I had 2 gigs.
What year was Snowmageddon?
The winter of 16-17.
Okay, so that's when everybody in the house got strep throat.
That was awful.
And I was dodging that over and over and over. I played the Potato Drop with a U2 tribute band from Canada
in -2 degree weather.
Yeah, and it felt like -90 degrees. That was a miserably cold gig.
Uh-huh.
And I think that night when I finally got home, 2 of the kids cuddled up with me on the couch and both of them were sick.
It was Jude. Well, Jude's the one who started it. He kicked it off. So my dad and my stepmom were visiting from South Carolina, and it was like the 29th or 28th or something when they were heading back. And Jude had a bit of a runny nose, and he wasn't acting like he was sick or anything. My dad noticed, like, he's got a runny nose. And I said, oh, well, he's not sick. He doesn't seem to be sick. And apparently this child was the one who gave it to everybody. Like, I even took him to the doctor.
And they said he wasn't sick.
And said, I'm worried he might have strep because strep is going around or whatever. They're like, oh no, 2-year-olds don't get strep. Yes, they do. So he was the one that had strep and gave it to all of us. And we were dropping in groups of 2s.
Yeah.
So
I was the
like,
last one.
I think it was him and Ian. I had taken to the doctor first. Ian had strep. Jude, quote, didn't have strep, and he didn't come back positive with the that quick test.
Yeah.
And then it was like a Friday, I think, when I had taken them in, and they didn't call me with any test results that would have come back 24 hours later. And so now, a few days later, Elliot and I are now sick. And so the two of us go in and we both have strep. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure Jude probably has strep. And they're like, oh, no, he probably doesn't. So I make them test him again. And sure enough, first test comes back. Nope, no stress. But the 24-hour test, which was now midweek, came back positive.
I feel like I'm reliving this.
Yeah. So, but at that point, he had cuddled up with you on the couch on New Year's because I was so sick I couldn't take care of him.
Yeah.
We were really, really sick. And he cuddled up with you on the couch when you came back from the gig, the New Year's Eve gig, and then you woke up saying, I feel a certain way. And I said, okay, we're going. And so I took you, and Christian was the same. So I took you both down to urgent care to get you in, which was fun to do on New Year's Day. That cost a lot more.
Is that the one where they swab your throat?
Yeah.
They stick that thing,
Yeah, your response to that is always pretty comical. You have the worst response out of everybody in the family.
Yep. I'm a big baby when it comes to that. Well,
but
all that to say, sorry that you're sick, James.
Yeah, I know. Sorry.
Yeah. So
yeah, that was a bad year too. What is that? Like every 4 years, it seems like.
Well, I appreciate not being sick.
Me too.
And when I have students or parents messaging me, hey,
so and so
little Johnny's been sick for the last 6 days, sneezing and coughing all over everything. Should we come to lessons? I'm like, no, stay away from me. Stay away from me. That's the benefit though of that. If they're well enough, we could do a lesson online.
Yeah,
and that's worked out a few times.
Yeah,
that's worked out.
Yeah,
I did try to do a lesson with a kid that was pretty under the weather, and he was just miserable the whole time. And so about 10 minutes into it, I said, you know what? This is, I want you to get some rest.
Please go home.
and just, but it was nice.
He like practically in tears too.
Yeah. They gave it the try. They gave it the old try. And that I appreciated that part.
I don't know. I wouldn't appreciate them bringing the kids sick.
No, that's why we did it online. So.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the one
online.
Okay, yeah.
So there's Thomas's New Year's resolution is to get healthy and keep the wife happy. Which one of those are more difficult? Getting healthy or keeping the wife happy?
Seems like staying healthy.
Maybe that tied into last week's episode on how do you tell your wife you need more gear?
I have found that ChatGPT is really helpful with all sorts of things, and if I have some, especially like with my voice and all the things going on with my voice, I've been consulting ChatGPT about it and having discussions, and it comes back with some really good information. Dr. Chat. And so
my mechanic chat.
My vocal therapist, I think I said last time I was going to the vocal therapist, and I've been twice now, and she says my voice is, fortunately, it hasn't gotten to the point of no return. So it is fixable, but it's going to take some time. And, but she's like, you need to she wants me to eat an alkaline diet.
Did she tell you not to speak for the next 6 months?
She said not to speak to your husband for the next 6 months or your children.
I knew that would be the response to that. I knew that was coming.
No, she did tell me that if my voice is tired, not to talk, not to use it. So,
well, I appreciate you being here.
Well, thanks.
Okay, so the holidays of the day. Can you imagine there's more holidays than Christmas and New Year's and Thanksgiving and?
But these aren't real holidays. They're.
Oh, this one's a real holiday.
Oh, is it? Is it Boxing Day?
Today is it what?
Boxing Day, or was that?
No, no. Adam Parsons is here. Hello, Adam. Adam and I have yet to meet in person, but I'm hoping that we can
buy less drums.
I gotta put Adam's comment up.
My New Year's resolution is, as always, to buy less drums. Normally lasts until January 3rd.
Yeah. See, now Adam is a prime example about everybody's New Year's resolution. We have these wildly exciting things that we're going to do for the next year, and by like 1 weekend, we've given up and we're back to our habits of buying drums.
Yeah.
Of buying drums. Yes. Well, good luck with that, Adam. I have seen your shop, Adam's Drum Room, online, and I know Adam like from the side, meaning I know of him through Bart Robley.
Oh, okay.
But I have yet to actually meet him. So
hi, Adam.
Cool. Thanks for joining us, Adam. Appreciate your presence here. Very cool. No, today's holiday is National Bacon Day.
Oh.
And I'm curious if you would like to celebrate that with me, producer.
And we don't have any bacon.
Well,
we have sausage.
Cracker Barrel has bacon.
Oh.
I think we should go to Cracker Barrel after the show.
But the Sunrise Cafe has the bacon avocado tacos.
Ooh. If they're open.
Why would they not be?
Remember, they were remodeling the restaurant.
Oh.
Yeah, so.
There's other Sunrise Cafes. So there's one in Meridian.
Oh, let's put Chris Fuqua's here. Okay, we're going to put... My New Year's resolution is still 1280 by 1024.
That's awesome.
He told me that on TikTok yesterday.
That's hilarious.
That's a good one. And Chris, since you're here, I appreciate you suggesting Midline to be played on some of those streaming. I guess you'd call it a radio station or streaming playstations. On TikTok, there was I
didn't know people were doing that.
Yeah, and once actually, Chris, once you suggested those two, Hawk and the other gal, I can't remember her name off the top of my head. She pops up now on my feed all the time.
Of course.
Both played Onward from Midline. It was super cool and a lot of great response. And once I started following those two, I've had maybe 10 others suggested to me, so I went ahead and followed them as well. So
oh wow. So I'm wondering if this is like the thing that we talked about when your friend had said you got to get on Twitch and there's this DJ and they're doing this train thing and blah blah blah. I'm like, I don't even know what you're talking about.
That's been a long time ago.
I think that was before the pandemic. It was that long ago.
Yeah.
Pre-2020.
Isn't it crazy that that's our
point of reference? Oh, that was before the pandemic. Oh, right. That was during the pandemic.
I'm looking forward to the time where we don't even think about that much.
But it was weird because like those first 2 years were a weird time. I feel like a lot of people experience that too, where it's like time kind of went weird. And so you're like, oh, I just had my tires rotated 2 months ago. And the tire shop's like, actually, that was 2 years ago. And you're like, wait, what? That's impossible.
Yeah. Chris says it's quite a community out there.
I guess so.
Yeah.
TikTok really exploded.
It did. And so back to National Bacon Day.
Oh, of course.
If you don't mind, I would take us to breakfast this morning.
Okay. Let me make sure that
we'll see if the boys are awake.
Oh, you mean?
Yeah, it's the last thing that we could probably do as a family before
the end of the year.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Before I have to buy them dinner or breakfast next year. Today is also Falling Needles Family Fest Day. And it's a reminder to recycle your Christmas tree.
Yeah.
Now, we have not bought a live Christmas tree.
We only did that once, and that was when we were in the apartment, and it was a bad idea.
Yeah, we had cats, and that was...
And, yeah, it wasn't a bad idea because of all the videos you see of cats climbing trees. It was a bad idea because one of our kitties decided he was out in the wild, and even though the tree was right by his litter box, which we were in an apartment, so it was a horrible place, but it was the only place for it. He decided he was out in the wild, and so he started using the underneath of the tree as his litter box, and we didn't know it.
Yeah, and so when we bought our house, he got to be part of the wild. I think animals should be outside.
Well,
unless it's cold, bring them in, because if you're cold, they're cold. But see, I'm a pseudo farm kid, so
yeah,
the animals were outside, right? It's
sure.
also, and this is going to tie in with today's topic. It is Festival of Enormous Changes at the Last Minute Day.
Enormous changes at the last minute.
Yeah, Festival of Enormous Changes at the Last Minute Day.
Festival.
And that means it's time for last minute New Year planning, like your party.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
well,
speaking of parties,
if you don't have tickets yet to New Year's Eve, my band's playing up in Sun Valley at Whiskey's on Main.
Yeah, so if everybody's looking for a 3-hour drive to go somewhere,
I don't even know if they have snow up there right now.
I don't know.
Is there like an online cam you can look at to see what it looks like up there?
I'm sure you could get a weather report quite easily.
Like the Whiskey's on Main cam. Let's see what it looks like out there. Because I think it was last year. No, not. We played up there 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And there was hardly any snow.
Yeah, I think that's going to be the same case.
Yeah.
So,
which is weird.
So, I think that Thomas and Adam kickstarted this, or jump-started this discussion on what are your New Year resolutions. Now, I think that Thomas's seem reasonably achievable by at least getting healthy, and see. Well, let's go back to Thomas. Thomas says his is getting healthy and keeping a happy wife. So that's I think those are obtainable goals.
I like how he says keep the wife happy, not make the wife
happy. Did I say make the wife happy?
I don't know, but I'm just pointing that out. That's
so
it implies that she's already happy. He's just trying to maintain the status quo.
Okay, there you go.
He's like trying not to rock the boat. So that's cool. Wife is already happy. We're just gonna keep her happy.
There you go. And then
I'm okay. So like
Adam's is way less achievable.
Yeah, Adam's just. I'm sorry, Adam. Yours sounds negative.
It does sound negative, doesn't it? Doesn't it? Yes.
Buy less drums.
Yeah.
What?
Adam, you didn't watch the show last week, did you? Last week's episode was how to tell your wife you need more gear.
Maybe he did, and the chat GPT didn't help him out too much.
That could be the case. that could definitely be the case. That could definitely be the case.
Oh.
So, what day was that? It was Friday that the producer and I, we went to
Alchemist.
Alchemist, one of our favorite little coffee cafe shops. And we spent several hours there reviewing. And I think
I've got my book right here.
I think I have mine as well.
Yeah.
I just wanted to now that I have a mess here.
Well, I spent some time compiling an agenda for us to talk about our 2025 end of year review and 2026 planning meeting.
I don't have it in here.
Bro.
Well, I was going to show it off and I forgot.
Oh.
Dang it. It might be...
Oh. Well, they can see mine. See?
I can't see through the wall.
If I hold it in front of the microphone, can you see that?
Yeah.
Envision my book is like a journal. It's not quite full paper size, but it's close.
Adam said, "Sorry I missed last week. Sounds like I needed to be there." Yes. Well, there's always the replay, Adam. There's always the replay.
It was quite entertaining, actually.
My old friend Mike Medlin's here. He says, "Which Alchemist? The one that is on 5 Mile and Overland."
Yeah.
That I didn't know there was more than one.
There is another one, and I can't remember where I saw it. I was like, "Oh, there's another one." I don't remember where that was.
What is it that you normally get me? The burrito.
Oh, it's like a spicy sausage or bacon burrito or something like that.
I think it's a sausage.
Yeah. And then I
quite tasty.
I get the quiche.
Yeah. So I don't know if you mind looking for me really quick, Mary. I have a blue notebook,
Bro.
and
Is it on this music stand out here?
oh, it is. Yeah, it's on there on the right side, I believe.
Okay.
Would you mind? You're number one to me, babe. I meant to have this so I could just show it immediately as I started this conversation. Oh, nice. Mike says, right down the road from me, love that spot, and my daughter works there. Nice. Yeah, Mary and I, we love going there. We love going there. Did you find? No, yes, there we go. So, here we go. Here we go.
Oh.
Yeah, do you see Mike's comment?
Yeah, his daughter works there.
Yeah,
Nice.
we love going there. So Mary put together a plan, a list of
An
stuff,
agenda.
an agenda. Thank you. Excuse me, I gotta.
What is wrong with you? This is what you get.
I don't know. This is what happens when I don't start speaking before we go live. I got the morning voice still.
Morning voice.
So Mary made this agenda. It was a 2025 year review and then a 2026 planning meeting. So I want to just, you're not going to be able to see all the words, but
it's 3 pages.
so we're making
or 2.5.
making a plan, right? So there's
making a plan.
Making a plan. Yeah. So as you can, well, you get the picture.
Yeah. They see that we were productive. There's writing on it. Yep.
Something to stick to.
Yeah. Now, why did we do this, Fredsky?
Well, if it's not on paper, it turns to vapor.
Ooh.
Right?
Is that a new saying? I've never heard that.
Nah, I don't think it's a new saying.
Never heard that.
So I guess my point being is like Adam's very weak resolution is to not buy more drums.
to buy less.
Was that
He
what
didn't
he said?
say he's not buying any. He said his goal is
to buy less drums.
Yes. So instead of 10, 8.
Well, at any rate.
Yeah.
It sounds like a fleeting promise.
Well, good luck, Adam. We wish you well. But as a drummer's wife, I know all too well.
I think if you're a drummer, you're meant to be happy, and what brings you happiness is
it's like, let's see, I'm gonna buy less drums or go to the gym. Those are about equal.
This is
it all stops right about mid-January. I'm done.
Okay, correct me if I'm wrong, but this just popped in my head because
you are wrong.
Shut it, lady.
Oh, you mean about something you're about to say? Okay.
Yes.
Well, okay.
Well, Adam is a drum collector, and he's got an inventory.
Ooh.
So, or maybe he has an inventory would imply that you know how much you have, right?
Well, maybe he does know exactly what he has.
I guess it could be. But my buddy Brian Duvall, who lives in not in Nashville, but he lives in
somewhere back there.
Yeah, I'm spacing on the other.
Does it matter?
Yeah, not Memphis.
Branson.
Yes, I believe he lives in Branson. I think he has an unknown amount of drums.
Wow.
So you could have the house that you live in, and then you could have the house that you have just for your snare drum collection.
Well, Demi Moore
that's what I was gonna get to.
House just for her dolls.
And it's here in Boise.
No,
right?
No, it's up in Ketchum, I thought.
I thought the house she lives in is up in Haley, but her house of dolls is on Warm Springs.
Oh my gosh, I don't think so. Now I gotta look.
All right. Well, you can research that while
I'm gonna look that up. I can't.
While we're continue to make nonsense here. So, New Year's resolutions, what are they? And I was going to lead with this. That's why I have my arrows flipped. You can't build a reputation on things you're going to do. Now, that's a quote by Henry Ford. Did you hear that, producer?
No, I'm reading. What'd you say?
I said you can't build a reputation on things that you're going to do.
Mm.
Now that's important to to note that's a reputation, right?
Yeah.
So how do you build a reputation? By things that you've done?
Well, I would say so.
Yeah.
I mean, I suppose you could. Your reputation is not based on things that you haven't done, but that's a different kind of haven't done.
I think New Year's resolutions kind of fall into that, things that you're going to do, that you say you're going to do, but you have no plan. It's this happy thought you have for a fleeting moment of what your New Year's resolution is going to be. Okay, for example, I love that Adam's here. Adam,
her dollhouse is in Sun Valley.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
All right. Well,
I don't know why, but you just all went to my right ear.
I did?
What did you do?
It's not on my end. It's on yours.
Bro.
Try plugging your headphones into the cable all the way. It's a bad connection.
Oh.
I promise you.
Oh, well, I don't know.
All right.
Nope, it's still to the right.
Well, that's because you're crazy.
I hope my headphones aren't.
No, it's this crummy cable.
Well, when I move the headphone side of the cable, it does that. Okay.
So Adam says, I have a gym membership. Haven't used it for 12 months, but still pay every month.
He said 12 years.
Oh.
Bro.
Okay, I am going to go have my eyes checked again.
Yeah. Well, you just had them checked.
I know, but they need to call me to do it again.
Oh.
He hasn't used it in 12 years, but still pay every month. At least I am trying to stay fit.
I mean, you can't go if you don't have the membership, right?
It's true.
So that's a step in the right direction.
Now, our buddy Bart Robley would say, like, if you just commit to getting and going to the gym and touching the door, like if you can commit that far, highly likely you're just going to go in and do your workout.
I think the hardest part is getting your clothes on and getting out the door of your house and into the car and driving there.
Yeah.
Because if you didn't have a gym membership and you're just going to go walk around the neighborhood, the challenge is still there. I got to actually go out and do it.
Yep, for sure.
So I'm curious for those people who deal with that, like the struggle of exercising. I never liked exercising growing up. I liked to play. So I liked to play sports. So it was basketball, volleyball. I did track. I liked tennis. I liked to play, and I was always really skinny and fit. I don't know what happened. I guess I stopped playing, but I always liked that. I never liked to just exercise for fun. That was just never a thrill for me. So the thought of just just gathering myself and driving to the gym, which is only 3 or 4 miles away from the house.
Yep.
It's the closest gym to our house. Yeah. Or even just going out for a nice walk out in the sunshine. But if you said, let's go over to the middle school and play tennis, I'd be like, all right, let's go do that. But nobody wants to do that with me.
Well,
in the family.
Well, I can't answer that question for you. Chris says finishing his patio.
Oh.
He needs to finish his patio.
Yeah.
Chris, I might be the reigning champion of an unfinished patio.
What?
Yeah, we never finished the barbecue area.
Well, it's not like there's all this torn up stuff. It looks done.
For the most part.
I mean, you don't have caps on one little wall. It's big deal.
Yeah, now that wall's going to move.
Yeah, okay.
So.
All right, well.
Adam says, actually, I know what my resolution is. It's to inventory my collection. Thanks for the tip. So there we go. Yeah, Adam, you probably need that in serial numbers for your insurance purposes. Yeah, you don't want to lose all that, man.
Oh, gosh.
Don't want to lose all that.
We probably need to do that, too.
Yeah. See, Chris says it's been at 90% for a few years.
Hey, at least it's at 90%.
He's a man after my own heart.
It's not 35%.
Right? Yeah, it sounds usable.
Yeah.
Sounds usable. And Adam says, absolutely. You got to get that stuff. And I should do the same, right? Yeah. We should put that on our list. Here's my list.
Put it on the list.
Are you writing it down?
Well, you should write it down too.
Oh. Well, if we both write it down, then consider it done.
That's right.
When you were talking about exercise or exercising for fun, it made me think of that scene in Back to the Future 3, inventory equipment. Okay, got it. See? Let's see if we can get it to focus. Where is it?
I'm curious, Adam, what
Inventory equipment.
if you're inventorying stuff, I'm assuming you're doing that like for insurance purposes.
Well, that's what I just said.
Right. And so ow, I just got a headache. I'm curious, do you have a special insurance? Is it in your house, or do you have a shop or something?
I think he has a shop.
Oh, okay.
Bart's done some drum clinics there.
Oh, okay. I'm just curious about like insurance that people have for like if you have a studio in your home. Does your home insurance cover that kind of stuff, or do you have to get a special edition, or I don't know.
But
we have that meeting with that guy next week, so maybe he knows the answer.
He'll know the answer, so that to not steer the ship in the wrong direction here.
Yeah. All right.
But it's all good. It's all good things to know about.
Yes, I didn't know what the hell I got.
Okay, Hyatt's got the right idea. Hyatt says, no. You inventory for bragging rights. That's right.
Yeah.
And Gary Tackett is here. Good morning, Gary. We got friends stopping by. This is so cool because, well, I'm not sure how many people would have to work today. Today is the last day that I'm doing drum lessons for the year. I will see.
Didn't you add up how many lessons you taught?
I did. I don't know if I have that.
3 cowbells.
Yeah,
nice.
See, so Hyatt, did you check out what episode was that? Was that last week?
No, was it last week or 2 weeks?
Maybe it was 2 weeks ago where I'm pretty sure I have like 16 cowbells, and I think we had like 9 of them.
Wow, you keep changing that number, dude.
The number changes because I don't know what my inventory is.
Oh, see.
So you can shove it right there, lady. I think I don't have a running total, but looks like I got an average of about 140 drum lessons a month. So that would be 14. 280, 15, 1,680 drum lessons this year.
You said 143 a month?
140 a month.
Oh, 140.
Yep. So that's 1,400 for 10 plus another
1,680.
Yeah, that's what I just said.
Yeah. Wow.
I'm fairly good with numbers.
A lot of lessons. Are you?
Yes. I know that I have 10 fingers and 10 toes. Unlike Mary, who used to have 11 toes.
No, I did not.
All right, we're getting far away from our New Year resolution stuff. So Hyatt and Gary is joining us, and I would like to know what your New Year resolution is, if you don't mind sharing.
Yeah.
Adam said he intends to buy fewer drums, but I don't believe it. And Thomas is going to keep his wife happy and get healthy. Adam says, I have full insurance and it's an outside industrial shop. Had it all in my house, but ran out of space a long time ago. Now shop is full and it's moving back to house. Hence my original resolution. Sorry for all the comments. No, you can comment away, my friend.
Yeah, there's no.
Gary's is to lose another 30 pounds.
Oh, another. What does that mean? How much?
Gary's going to be all sexy.
Ooh. So, Gary, how much have you lost so far?
Well, I'm going to assume
another.
I'm going to say it's 30 pounds so far. So if he's going to do another 30 pounds.
Okay.
Between you and I, we could solve the world's problems, Mare.
Oh, boy. I don't know about that.
Lost 39, he says.
Nice.
That's
good job.
Nice work, buddy.
So you already have momentum.
He has momentum. Right. Yeah. So that comes back to this sheet that I was sharing.
Yeah.
End of year review, 2026 planning, legal stuff, accounting, business finances, Fred Rock School of Drumming.
Okay.
Yeah.
You don't need to share all of our private stuff, Fred. Come on.
Well, I mean,
this going, dude.
It almost looked like credits on a movie, huh?
No.
They don't have to go back and look at it really close. At any rate, it's having a plan. So you can't build a reputation on things you're going to do. That quote by Henry Ford, that really resonates with me. I haven't quite lost this habit, but I get excited about music stuff. And when I get excited about music stuff, I want to tell people about it. Even if it's just like a thing that's floating in the wind as a maybe. Like the thought, like I like to romance those ideas. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Where there's the idea of something is really exciting.
Yes.
And so then you tell people about the idea of something, and then it never comes to fruition for whatever reason that might be.
Well, I know what the reason might be, but go ahead.
What's your reason?
You're not planning to do it. You got a plan.
You got a plan. Thomas says, do you use quotes to motivate you? I think sometimes.
I think it depends on the quote.
Yeah.
But for me, it's more of the accomplishment is what motivates me. Like the goal, like what it is I want to achieve.
Yeah.
Which doesn't always work for everything. Sorry. But if I have, so like that was the whole purpose of this meeting, which was, I think this is like what the fourth time how many years we've done this now, the end of the year.
Yeah.
And then we'll try to do like, sometimes we do weekly or monthly meetings to like see where we're at with stuff. But, there's that saying, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's a quote, so, one of those motivational quotes.
Yeah. Well, it's more like a reality.
Sure. Yep.
But, yeah. So I think like for me, my brain needs, and I don't know, I would think most people need this, but my brain needs to see things written down in some form. I have to see that goal. And I don't know if that's just human nature or if it's how my brain works, but just like, if you're playing a game, like if you're playing tennis or basketball or volleyball or whatever, there's your goal is to get either to win. I mean, your goal is to win, right? But then like in certain games, the goal is to get to a certain score, and that's what makes you win. So
yeah, so you have that motivation to
win,
right?
to try. So I wrote down all these things that were on my mind of like, these are all things we need to do, whether it's stuff around the house or it's stuff to do with our business or music or whatever. And then with these groups of things, so we had it broken out by like our business finance, like business, like the legal side of things, the business finances, the Fred Rock School of Drumming, and then just Fred Rock in general, then like Drummergy, and then home stuff like home management, home finances, all that kind of stuff. And so for each group, we went through these points and discussed like, how are we going to achieve these things? And the rule was there had to be a deadline set.
That's the important part right there. So let me just back up.
Just say, oh yeah, we should do this. Because if you say, oh yeah, we should do this, then it's like, cool.
Yeah.
I like flowers too. Doesn't help.
So without just jumping right to the answer of Thomas's question is, how many 2025 resolutions did you accomplish?
Oh, I don't know if we kept track of that.
Well, I think I know some of that, but so New Year's resolutions tend to revolve around eating better and exercise. We want to feel fit, right? Mm-hmm. Better financial situation, stuff for your career, to expand your career, stuff that affects your home life and family. A lot of people have New Year's resolutions that revolve around taking vacations, doing
their job.
Yeah, that's why I said career.
Yeah.
And then so with all those are really hot topic items or I don't know, maybe not hot topic, but big ticket items, I guess. And so the question is there an actual plan in place for any of that stuff?
Mm-hmm.
And so for me, teaching, podcast, recording, live shows, and touring, and then like just a one word explanation. So with teaching, expanding the teaching business, and we have some ideas, and we have a plan in place for that. This podcast, for example, started 3 years ago, and it continues to grow. And so would you call like that the growth of the podcast, Mary, as the evolution of it?
Sure.
And as it grows, you start putting more things in place on improving it and getting other people involved with it.
Sure. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because we started something, or I started something, and just kept doing it, and it kept growing and growing and growing to where. So one of those questions Thomas asked was, like,
what the heck?
What did we accomplish? So I had a goal last year to start having guests and inviting people to be on the show. Did I lose you?
No.
Oh, okay.
Did you?
I thought I heard you say, "What the heck?"
Oh yeah, my
is that a response to what I'm saying?
No, my mouse moved over this send 200 stars thing. All of a sudden, this like pop up screen appeared. I'm like, what's happening? That was weird. Anyway, go ahead. I'm listening.
So one of the New Year's resolutions or plans that we had last year, Thomas, going into this year, was to invite guests to be on the show. And we've had quite a few guests this past year, either online, remotely, or in person.
Mm-hmm.
And
that's been fun.
It's been great.
Yeah.
I love doing it. Love having people here.
We have a guest next week.
We do have
a very special guest next week.
We'll talk about him at the end of the show.
Yeah. Big surprise.
So that was one of the things that we decided. Another thing, Thomas, was to be able to offer drum lessons online, which I started doing that this year.
Yeah.
So that's two things.
Yeah.
But part of this just seems like evolution of what we've already had in place. So like Thomas, keep the wife happy resolution. that would say that she's already happy, but he wants to maintain that.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Here's Gary Tackett. Gary says, 2025 goal was to bring my After the Music foundations to fruition. Just filed with the state and just received a 501(c) nonprofit status as well. More news on this soon. Many, many goals. That's awesome.
That's awesome, Gary.
See, there you go.
Are you able? Can you explain what After the Music Foundation is? Maybe you can type that up for us while we're.
Yeah.
I know it's probably it might be more involved, but like in your simplest way, what is that?
Yeah. What would be the simple breakdown of what
we know what that
After
is,
the Music Foundation is?
Sounds very interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you keep yapping while he's typing.
I'll keep yapping.
Yeah.
Recording more, Thomas, was another thing, and my recording business led to having an endorsement with Audix microphones. So that was a really cool thing, and that was something that we had on our vision board.
Yeah.
In the control room of things we wanted to accomplish.
Yep.
And endorsements are one of those things, and so that's another one to check off the list with Audix.
Yeah.
The other one that I've been chasing for a little while is with Pisces Cymbals. And the cool thing with Pisces Cymbals, although it hasn't happened yet, the door hasn't been shut. So there's been other companies that I've tried to do stuff with that the door got shut pretty quick. And that's fine, but you're making these attempts. But if you can have this open conversation with somebody and have that continue, that's a good sign, I believe. So, keep working on that. And then live shows and touring, and connected to that is networking. So important to network.
Huh.
Don't you think, Mary?
Yeah.
What would be the purpose in networking? Can you share your thoughts on that?
My thoughts?
Yeah, what is the purpose of networking? I think sometimes people view networking as a negative thing
because they don't understand what it is.
Aha. Okay.
Yeah.
I love that.
So, well, how do I want to describe this?
I don't know.
Bestly.
Patiently waiting.
So, it's funny because when I was I think I was a sophomore in high school, our youth group leader, his name is Max. He's the owner of Tri-State Electric, and he was very successful. And I remember him always saying, contacts, you got to make contacts, which was his way of saying networking. I think contacts was before networking was the catchphrase. But
contacts.
Yeah, contacts. Yeah. Well, what's the point of contacts? Well, the more people you know and like engage with, then the better your chances are for growing your business or whatever. So if you're just like some guy that owns an electric company in some small town, but you don't ever let anybody know that you've got this electric company, or you're a guy who teaches drum lessons and you're in this small town and you never let anybody know that you teach drum lessons, how's anybody going to know that you teach drum lessons? How's anybody going to know that you are an electrician?
Yeah.
Like, you have to let people know, and it's not as simple as put it in the phone book. Well, we don't have phone books anymore. We have the internet.
Yes.
Okay, well, that's cool. So now you've got a web page and you've got a Facebook. But if you aren't sharing that, then how is anybody going to know? So then you share it. But then you've got to actually meet people and learn. And like, it's not just about like, what can you do for me? It's not that. It's you're learning from people. Like you get to be friends with them. You learn from them. You just like you have teachers in school. Like, you go to college, you have all these professors. You're learning from people, right? And so I don't know how to describe this any better.
I think that's a good start, though. I think that's good. Let's pause on that for 1 second.
It's not about I know so and so and you don't.
So that would be like name dropping, don't you think?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it's really important to make that distinction, is not making connections necessarily with people because what can they do for me? But, well, I mean,
I don't know how to describe it.
I don't know how you get around that necessarily.
Oh, you know what? Here, I'm going to hold on.
Are you asking your friend Chet?
I'm going to ask somebody.
Okay, while you're doing that, let's back up for a second to Gary's explanation of his foundation. So that foundation, let's go back to what he called it. Gary's foundation, he started after the Music Foundation. Okay, and so after the Music Foundation, in a nutshell, is to provide resources for Idaho musicians, specifically for funeral and final expenses. Simple cremation.
Oh.
We'll be paying for final expenses for those in the music industry, among many other things, similar to the NARAS Grammy Music Cares, but Idaho specific.
Wow. Okay, I never would have thought that's what that was.
Well,
very cool.
Now we know, and a lot of other people know now.
Wow, Gary, that's awesome.
Gary, that is so touching, for one, that's the case, what that is.
Yeah, that's really cool. All right, so here's what I get. Networking is the practice of building and nurturing relationships with people to exchange information, support, and opportunities, often for career growth.
Yeah.
So creating a web of contacts like friends, colleagues, industry peers, acquaintances for support, advice, and opportunities. The purpose is for finding jobs, getting insights, exploring careers, fostering collaboration, and personal growth. How it works: you have conversations, events, online platforms, and introductions to expand beyond your immediate circle. The key idea is it's about building genuine, mutually beneficial relationships, not just transactional exchanges.
Yeah. Yeah. And I would say, like,
So you go to conferences.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like our taxi thing. That's like a perfect example. The Taxi Road Rally in LA, the first weekend of November every year. You go down there and you're meeting other people who are doing the same thing as you.
Mm-hmm.
How are you doing? How's it working out for you? What instruments are you using? What VSTs are you using? What DAW do you use? All sorts of questions. And then they've got teachers that have classes, and then you work with them, and then they even have mentor sessions, and that's all networking.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
The cool thing about the music industry, at least from the taxi side, is that it's not a competition.
Right.
Everybody is trying to help everybody out and support everybody, and they're really friendly. There's no like,
nobody's looking down their nose at you.
No, there's none of that, but there's no sense of, like, it used to be like in the 90s when you guys were, trying to tour around or whatever, trying to find out who you would talk to book a gig at a certain club. That was like sacred private information. Like, you had to figure that out on your own. You couldn't ask somebody that information. Or you bought that magazine that had a lot of that information, like, here's the towns that have these clubs and you need to contact this person or whatever. Like, you're supposed to go do that information. Like, there's none of that kind of like competition in that group of people.
Yeah. Well, if I think about networking, good morning, John Klein.
Now, the purpose of networking isn't so somebody does the stuff for you, unless, of course, you're looking for somebody to hire to do stuff for you. Like, I'm looking for a business manager, or I'm looking for a social media person or whatever. Like, but the purpose of networking isn't to just go and, like, they just volunteer. Oh yeah, I'll do this, all this work for you. It's like, that's not how that works.
Yeah. Well, okay, let's see here.
Unless they just have nothing else to do.
So we're kind of pedaling backwards and forwards a little bit.
We?
So yeah. So Gary said, being a former funeral director embalmer, he saw that need. And then Adam said, that's fantastic, Gary. Great work. Yeah. Thomas says, it's kind of like asking yourself, what can I learn from this person to make myself and my business better, versus what are they going to do for me to make my business better? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Thomas always comes through with the greatest things to say. and so does James Harrison, although that James isn't feeling so well. We need an Idaho music resource mag here, kind of like BAM, the Bay Area Music.
What was in the Bay Area Music magazine?
I think it was probably like the Bay Area version of, like, the Musician's Guide to Touring and Promotion, that magazine that used to always be out. Yeah. Which I'm not sure if that thing still exists or not, but
I don't, like, we didn't really have the internet back then to, like, Google clubs in I don't know, Orlando.
yeah, for sure. For me, like, networking is, I kind of have an idea of what I want my life to look like. And I've got a pretty good life going now, but to me, it's just kind of like, how does my life continue to evolve, and who do I want to be included in my life? And, well, for example, I would love to be a national touring drummer. Now, some people know who I am and some don't. I want to increase the number of people who know what I am, but when it comes to being recommended for a gig, obviously you have to have the ability, right? I mean, that goes without saying almost. But it's can I get along with this person day in and day out for days or weeks or months at a time, if not longer. So can they play and do the thing really well? And can you stand to be around them for an extended period of time? Right? So I think Matt Starr used this really great example once when he was kind of getting going. Is your contact list on your phone, your contact list of people that you know, and who's in your contact list and whose phone numbers do you have. And he was sitting with somebody, and Matt was talking about, oh, I'd like to get in touch with this person. He's like, oh, I got his number right here. And Matt saying, man, I'd like my phone book to look like that. And that's going to happen through networking, don't you think?
Well, of course.
Yeah. Without getting specific, but I recently had an experience where somebody told me not to network. And that comment took me by surprise, and I viewed it as a pretty ridiculous thing to say, because I think everything that I have now is a result of networking. So I wanted to start teaching drum lessons full time. Well, so who do I talk to about that? The first person I talked to about that was James Harrison. Right?
Yeah.
So I knew that James had a lot of information because James had done it for so long himself, that I just said, hey man, can I buy you lunch and we can go and talk about all of this stuff. And James gave me a whole list of really great ideas and very encouraging.
Mm-hmm.
James didn't look at it as, this guy's trying to steal my job.
Right.
There was none of that happened.
Yeah.
And I'd already known James for a while, but I think James and I got to be closer friends as a result of that. And that's been a pretty cool thing. When we wanted to start or turn this into a recording studio, then whose advice did we start seeking? People who knew about recording studios, right?
Yeah.
So,
and we got Scott Burgandy in here, who who used to be he still can mix, but he now professionally he does sound treatment, like in buildings and churches and stuff.
Yeah. But Scott is an extremely talented and accomplished recording and mix engineer. And so when I needed to treat this room in the control room, I had him come over, and he's like, oh, you need to do this, this, and this. And so now my drum room sounds amazing, right?
Yeah.
And our control room sounds really good.
Yeah.
And I wanted to be able to offer recording drum tracks for people and not have this giant learning curve to it. There's still a learning curve, but to
try and reduce that as much as possible.
Yeah, just to sidestep as many landmines as possible. So you go and you research this stuff, and you find the people that have that knowledge, and you talk to them, and you build that relationship with them.
And you know this person because of, for whatever reason, like maybe because, so like with Scott, you guys went and recorded in his studio, and then you found out that but it's not like, I want to be clear. Like, so here Adam says there's a fine line between positive and negative networking. Reach out to people, but don't be a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
It's not
100%.
The purpose of networking is you meet them. Cool. This person knows how to do blank.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe someday I might have a question for that person about blank.
Yeah.
About sound treatment. And you're not, but in the meantime, you're not calling them all the time and trying to be their best friend, or like Adam says, being a pain in the butt. Like,
yeah.
Don't overwhelm people. Like then they're going to wish they never knew you.
Right?
Because we've definitely had those experiences.
Yeah, so Adam's comment is perfect. Let's put Adam's comment up there. I think this is really important to highlight. Don't be a pain in their ass is so true. It's I've had a few experiences with social media through TikTok and Instagram and YouTube, where somebody might really appreciate something I've done or said, or there was a video of me playing or whatever it was. And so then they message you, and I always respond to everybody. I always respond to everybody. But there have been a handful of people that once you respond to them,
And they keep responding back.
then it's like a feeding frenzy for little, when fish are eating really fast or whatever. And it's just kind of like, that feature that they had on Facebook? I don't even know if it still exists, but where you could poke somebody.
Yeah, I think that's in messaging.
I absolutely hate that feature. And whenever somebody sends me a poke, I'm like, what? I don't know why that bothers me so bad. It's like, if you want to connect, just send me a message, man. I
know, what does it, am I supposed to respond by poking you back?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Like, it was one of those things. Weird. It's like, nah.
Yeah.
But
I think, like, if you go to like a networking event, or you're with somebody, and they introduce you to somebody, then you make the contact, and if it turns out like, oh hey, oh well, you're a bass player, like we should jam sometime. Oh yeah, that'd be awesome. Well, can I get your number, or can I reach out to you on Facebook? Yeah, dude, totally. Yeah. Then now you've got permission to reach out to them, but don't like start trying to become their best friend. Like, let that kind of stuff just happen organically.
Yeah, exactly. Well, let's use Adam Parsons as an example of this that's happening in the moment. So, I became aware of Adam because of the Drummers Education Connection podcast.
Okay.
And he was on there, and Adam's got a nice resume of being a band manager or a touring manager. So, I mean, he's got his fingers in the music business. And he also owns this drum shop, Adam's Drum Room. And like I said, I know of him through Bart Robley.
Okay.
And Bart says, this is somebody you should connect with sometime. And I think I just sent Adam maybe a Facebook friend request or something. And that's the other thing, like, for me, if I send anybody a Facebook request or they send me one, before I just immediately accept, I kind of like see who our mutual friends are. Like, what's my connection to this world?
Yeah.
Right? Because even though you want to try to accept as many people as you can, it's like there's a little wall there still. Does that make sense? Like, how much do I want to let this person into my life?
Right.
So, me knowing a little bit more about Adam and his resume, I didn't start just messaging Adam like crazy, like, hey, can you do something for me? That thought never even crossed my mind. To me, it was like, here's this other cool drummer who's in the music business, who's got all this cool stuff going on. And kind of like from an observing standpoint.
Mm-hmm.
And now here Adam is joining the conversation, mm-hmm. which is super cool. And that's the same like with the guys on Drummers Education. And I think that's a really good example is, okay, let's use this as a networking example. This is a pretty good one. This is a pretty good one.
Okay.
I learned about Drummers Education Connection because I was just scrolling through YouTube and I stumbled upon it because I recognized Chip Ritter. And I recognized Chip Ritter because I saw him on the David Letterman show.
Wow.
Yes. Adam says, thank you, Fred. You nailed it. Yeah, man. Thank you. And Gary also says, Fred, I also wanted to thank your advice on teaching You Are My James Harrison.
Aww.
I have 4 students in 1 week.
Wow.
Yes.
Gary, that's going to grow really fast, I promise.
Yeah. With Gary's resume.
And so many kids want to play guitar.
Yeah.
Yep.
What? Adam says, wish I hadn't deleted your friend request. Well, I was unaware that happened. Well, if we're not Facebook friends, I'll send you one, or you can send me one. At any rate. So I recognized Chip Ritter, and so I subscribed to the YouTube channel. And then I went to Facebook and found Chip, and I think maybe I just started following Chip. Well, that turned into, because Chip's connected with Bart and with Jeremy and with Rick. He says, only joking, we are friends.
Oh.
I thought that was the case, but you never know. So Bart was doing these videos frequently, because Bart would be on the road with the Sam Morrison band, and Bart was doing these videos, and I got kind of in that tunnel of watching all of those videos that Bart was doing. Well, he did one about teaching from the road, and I really paid attention, because sometimes when I go on the road, I have to cancel students or rearrange a bunch of students. I never once thought like, oh, I could teach from the road. That thought never even popped in my head. And so here Bart Robley's doing that. I didn't know Bart, except the few Drummers Education shows I had watched. I didn't know him personally or anything. So I sent Bart a message and I said, I really liked your video on teaching from the road. I spend a decent amount of time on the road myself and rearranging students. I would love to connect and see a little more about the technical side of what you do. Mm. And Bart said, great, I'll be home, because he was on the road and I was on the road. We were both on the road. and so we were like, okay, when we both get home, we'll connect on this. And so I paid Bart's rate and we did a Zoom meeting, like a tech meeting. And man, we just hit it off. We just totally hit it off. And that relationship continued to grow a little bit until I got invited to be a guest on the Drummers Education show. And I got to meet all those guys. And it just kept building. Our friendship kept building and building and building from there. And it's been like 2.5 years now. Sure. And now I talk to Bart and I talk to Chip and I talk to Rick and Jeremy. I talk to those guys all the time. And it's a great support group. And we've been there to lean on each other from sadness to gladness.
Sadness to gladness.
Yeah, it's so awesome. Yeah. And so I think that's a really good example of how a friendship can grow by just asking a simple question.
Right. So we got Greg saying, one of my pet peeves from people trying to network is the unending request to jam. I don't have the free time or free space in my calendar to jam without purpose or an actual goal. Yeah, that's kind of what I was getting at, is that it's like, you don't want to just start pestering. Like, you meet the person, and maybe make some small talk or whatever, and kind of get a feel for that person and like what they're interested in, or if you never would jam for whatever reason. But like, don't just start pestering them like all the time. Like, say, like, oh, here's this new bass player in town and he's really good and he used to play with this band, and I've got this project I'd like to put together. I wonder if he'd be interested because he would be a perfect fit.
Yeah.
That's when you reach out, like, say, hey man. And if he says, oh no, I don't have the time, then you don't keep pestering him. You just reach out.
I think Greg's comment really resonates with me. And this is by no means like from an egotistical point of view, but like, so Greg says he doesn't have the free time or space in the calendar to just to jam with people. And I'm right there,
or a purpose.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. It's at this point in my life, just getting together and jam with somebody, that it doesn't interest me.
Yeah.
It doesn't, it has nothing to do with them.
Yeah.
Or who they are. It's like,
yeah, there needs
I
to be
already know how to play my instrument. I'm not trying to get together with people and jam for the experience of it.
Yeah.
It's like, for example, like,
we need examples.
Yes.
Adam says, I got introduced to Bart through another great drummer and friend, Dusty Watson. Bart has now become one of my best friends. And having the drum room, Bart comes and hangs and plays drums very often, both are time permitting.
Yeah.
So I think we've beat networking to, beat the horse dead.
Have we?
Yes.
Well, I was just responding to Greg's comment. Like, I've had people, I've played a show, get off. I'm backstage. I'm packing up my gear, and somebody will come up and introduce themselves, and they'll tell me they play guitar or something, and they'll say, "We should jam sometime." And this was an outdoor gig. It was really hot. I'm sweaty, and it's just like that heat's zapping you. And this guy's all excited. He's like, "We should jam sometime." And I just said, "Man, I don't do that."
Oh my gosh.
I didn't mean to be.
Yeah.
However that was perceived. It
Rude.
was not my. Yeah.
Rude.
Probably rude. Yeah. I did not mean for that to be the case, but it just. Yeah. I think.
But I mean, it's true.
Yeah. It is. It is.
I mean, honestly.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, if you met somebody and neither one of you have anything going on musically, and it's like, oh, well, we should, jam sometime and see. Oh, okay. But anyway, all right, let's move on.
Okay. Do you have a question in there?
Me?
Yeah.
No, I think we should move on. You're talking about goals.
Right. We're talking about New Year's resolutions.
Got sidetracked with networking.
We got sidetracked with,
that was on your list. And for networking should always be on your list, right? So.
Yeah, I guess that's what I was kind of getting at, is like a lot of these New Year resolutions that people have probably require you to write it down and have a goal in mind, right?
And can I add to that? Because when we started this process 4 years ago, and Alf was with us, and he was helping us develop a brand,
yes,
and a website. He brought over, and we had already done this on paper, like just regular size paper, and we may have taped paper together to make it big.
Yeah.
But he brought over one of those huge like pads that you like.
Yeah, one of those big
giant pads that you put on an easel.
Yeah.
And so then we drew it out on a bigger piece of paper. And anyway, you can write this stuff down in your notebook, but then it's in your notebook. And it's easy to close the notebook, and you get busy with life, and you forget that you wrote all this stuff down. And these are great things that we've written down on this handout and in our notes. But until we get it up on our vision board or the calendar thing that I bought, which is they're going to coincide with each other because it will still be two things.
Yeah.
You've got to be able to see it daily. You can't put it in the other room that you always keep the door shut. It needs to be in the forefront. It needs to be right where you see it all the time, and that you can actively work see it and be reminded. Oh, I got to do this today. Oh, I forgot that I said I have to contact so-and-so by January 4th, and I better get on that. Or I'm supposed to come up with a list of such and such by the 12th. So we have this deadline met, or, whatever. We've got all these deadlines on this thing. And if we forget to look at this, we're going to forget to do those things.
I would say you're 100% correct. Like, it's important to write things down, but if it just stays in a notebook and you close that notebook, that gets put on a shelf or in a drawer or something, you're not seeing it. So having it where you can display it and have it right there.
Right.
And then attaching deadlines to those things.
Yes.
Keeps you motivated, right?
Yeah, so you've got your vision board that shows your goals.
Yep.
So originally your big top goal, like it's like a flow chart, so it trickles down, right? And so your top goal was to become
full-time
musician.
Yeah.
And I forgot what the wording was. Well, you changed it. I forgot, but it was to become a full-time self-sustainable musician. Like, right. I don't have to work another job to pay my bills.
Yep.
And so then from there, we had all these categories like, well, how are we going to do that? Well, drum lessons or this or that or whatever, like multiple streams of income. And we have this flow chart out so that we see it and we can constantly be reminded of this is what this goal is. And then you have these small goals that work towards the main big goal.
But not only that, if it's written on it and it's on the wall there,
right,
you can easily put a check mark next to the things that you accomplished. And so that's motivation too, because you see that. Remember, you'd have like a fundraising thing at school and they'd have like
the thermometer
thing, and they would color in the squares with the red.
Yeah, we're 50% of the way there.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. So, so we've got this huge calendar, a big wall calendar. It shows all the months. And we're trying to figure out where to mount this thing.
Yes.
Because it needs some space. It needs some space, but it needs like something to go on, like a board or something.
Yeah.
And we don't have a lot of wall space in this house. It's
well, we're gonna figure it out though.
Yeah. So we've got to get all this stuff transferred to that. But that's where, so we have the vision board that shows the overall plan, and then we have the calendar that shows all the deadlines.
Yeah.
And then we have this book that Jim Reidenbaugh had recommended called the 12-week year.
Yep.
And so everything so far, I think everything that we put in here for a deadline falls
within a 12-week time.
Well, no, it falls. I think all our deadlines right now are in January, and with a goal for one thing to start by February 1st.
Well, let's expand off of that a little bit. So I think these things are a little difficult to just do on your own. And so like having an accountability partner, or like, for example, I have this unique situation where my wife and I are both full-time musicians. Music is our job. So we work hand in hand on many things, but not everybody has that. So maybe there's a friend or somebody, a colleague that you can share those goals with, and they can share theirs with you. And it's like somebody to check in with frequently, like once a week or whatever the arrangement is. I think when you're accountable to somebody, you don't want to let that person down.
Well, I mean, ultimately you need to be accountable to yourself.
Right.
But that's why you have the deadlines and the calendar, and you're not always going to have somebody there to make sure you're doing what you say you want to do. It's ultimately your responsibility.
That's true. But I think that's I started releasing these little clips of past podcasts and started putting them up. And the one I did yesterday was seeking advice from somebody who knows more than you do.
Yeah.
So I think if you have an accountability partner, you at least need to be on the same level, or somebody that has stuff already going for them that you're trying to be in that same world. As a mentor,
sure,
would be really important as well.
Yeah, mentors. Yeah.
But like for me, like back when I had a job where I had to report to somebody, I didn't want to let that person down. I didn't want to be that guy that didn't finish his job.
Yeah, but you were hired to do that job. It wasn't like something you decided to do on your own.
Right, but if you don't do what you're supposed to, you lose that job, right? But,
yeah, I think that's a little different.
Is it?
Yeah.
I guess you're right. Again.
Nice try.
You're right again.
This is about like a motivation and doing things on your own, because, like exercise is the perfect example, right? Like we all should be exercising and taking care of our health. We all know this. Like,
yes.
It's not just some people, it's everybody. It's 100% of us.
Yeah.
And some people are really good at doing that, and some people are terrible, and my hand is raised. And for me, it hasn't really been a priority. It's everything else has been the priority. Like my kids and my family has always like trumped anything that I need to do for myself.
Yeah.
So I always say, oh, well, when this happens, then I'll be able to do this. Yeah, that doesn't ever happen. Like you can't keep saying when this settles down, then I'll start doing this. It's like you have to carve out that time. And for me, that's like I suck at that.
Well, I think
I can do all this other stuff. I can't do that.
I don't think this situation is unique to us. I think this is something with everybody. It's like you have your ideas of what you want to do and you get really excited, but then you say, but I'm going to wait until.
Yeah.
And then that so you pushed it away, right? Because there's things that come up. Well, I can't do it now because of whatever
You've
that.
allowed something else to slip in and take its place.
Right.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, how many times can you push it away where you can't grab it anymore?
Yeah.
And you've lost interest in it or whatever that thing was.
But these goals, these things that you want to achieve, like Gary, I want to lose 30 more pounds.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you're not going to lose 30 pounds in one day. You lose those pounds a day at a time, right? So, what changes do you have to make each day or each week that will help you get to that goal? Maybe it's like, well, I'm not going to drink alcohol anymore. I'm not going to drink soda anymore. Or I'm going to start going for a 10-minute walk after I eat a meal. Maybe after lunch and after dinner. And 10 minutes, come on. Everybody's got 20 minutes. How much time do we blow just looking at our phones?
Oh, yeah.
So you've got 10 minutes.
Guilty.
I'm going to stop procrastinating tomorrow, Chris. That's funny. But so you have your big main goal. I'm going to lose 30 pounds. And then you have your little goals that you need to achieve that help you get to that one.
Right.
And you're responsible for yourself and you have to do it yourself. Nobody's going to lose the weight for you.
Ooh, look at this. This is a good one from Greg. One of my professors in college was fond of the phrase, excuses are the currency of losers.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, that goes back to Thomas saying,
good.
Do you like motivational quotes?
Yeah.
That's a great one right there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Greg wrote LOL with the laughing face, but man, I think it's so true.
It is true.
It's so true. Excuses. I'm going to wait till then. I'm going to wait till later. I want to do all these things, but I want to wait. I don't know. I think the things that I want are so exciting. That patience part of it, I want it now. I want to get going.
The excuse train comes along every hour. Don't jump on it.
Right? Yeah. Yeah, for sure. For sure. So what is everybody going to do to stay motivated?
Yeah. Yeah.
Adam says, I am a loser because the traffic is bad. Adam's in the LA area.
Oh, gosh. I'm sorry. I imagine that's probably really hard to get around. It's getting bad here too. And you have lots of highways down there. We just have the one interstate that goes through the south part of town. Yeah. And that gets so congested between Broadway and so the east part of town, we're almost, there's another exit beyond that, but that's really, really far east of town.
Well, LA only has 17 major freeways running through it, and they're all congested with this slowly migrating. It's like a glacier of cars.
Yeah.
Just slowly moves along.
My ears are going out again.
Uh-oh. We got to find you a better cable. And here's Daniel. You never have a second chance to make a first impression.
Oh, that's true.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's another great quote. Another great one. Hey, Daniel, did you find a drumming gig? Just a little side note there. I think I saw your post on Facebook about if anybody needed a drummer, that you were available.
Oh. I'm sorry. Was Daniel networking on a musician's page?
How dare he?
I don't know if he heard the conversation before that.
Oh, he didn't, but I think
I can't tell from here who's on until they make a comment.
He said not yet. He hasn't. Well, it's going to happen, buddy.
Keep trying. I know have you ever gone to any of those Blues Society events? They used to do them at Ironwood, and I think they moved them. I feel like they moved them to.
There's a place off of Fairview in Milwaukee.
Is it the
like an old theater thing?
The theater. It used to be like a Napa Auto Parts. It's like it's kind of in the. It's a theater now, like the dinner, the murder mystery, Watson's or something.
Oh, I think that's what Watson's.
Is that where it's at now, or did they move it to Westie's?
I don't know.
Anyway, the Boise Idaho Blues Society
Yeah.
has these open like jam events. And so I'm going to use that word. It's a great networking opportunity.
Yeah.
And that's what they use it for, is you go and you meet musicians and see if there's somebody that needs a drummer, because it seems like our good friend Ken Harris is always looking for a drummer for something. He's in like 20 bands, so he's always looking for a drummer, either for him or for some other event.
I'm sorry, who was it that's looking?
Ken.
Oh, Ken
Harris. Remember, he's always asking you, do you got any drummers?
Yeah.
And he wants young drummers. I want some young guys.
All right, here's Adams. Adam, this dude, Adams just baking to fail at his New Year's resolution to buy less
drums.
Less drums. What is the next drum related item you all plan to acquire as a New Year's resolution, baby? Adam, I've got I've got the money set aside for a new 18-inch Paiste signature reflectors crash.
When did you plan on asking me about this, Fred?
Well, last week when we talked about how do you tell your wife you need more gear,
as my mic gets muted.
Yeah.
Doop, she's out. I'm sorry, you just cut out.
Let me just muzzle that in the other room. Right.
Okay, Gary says, Fred, what is it specifically you want to achieve from touring again? Is it money, playing to a huge crowd, travel? Have you defined the why? This is good. You may have already explained and I missed it. I missed the huge crowds, but the in-between gigs space seemed like I was just jonesing for the next show. It's addictive, but wasn't very stable or consistent, and I was reliant on these artists' careers to stay relevant and motivated to tour. With Billy, I just lost my spot. We rehearsed 6 weeks for a tour at SIR and had 14, it's shifting on me, 14 people, band crew drivers ready to tour, only to be pulled at last minute to put him in rehab for a year. Management had me fire everybody, including myself, which set me back financially to the tune of, $100K plus. I left Nashville after 15 years the following few months. Sorry about that.
You're seeing Gary's comment on my side ends where he said I had 14 people.
Yeah, I had 14 people, band crew drivers ready to tour. I read all that.
Well, to be specific, I love playing live. That is being on stage is my favorite place to be. But being on stage in a bar is probably not my favorite place to be.
Well, he's asking you, is it money? Is it playing to huge crowds? Is it traveling?
Well, I do want to travel, and I do want to play to big crowds, and I
can see why that's addictive. It's there's an energy that comes with a crowd enjoying what you're doing.
Yep.
And it just is a lot of fun, and it's like, what is that, endorphins that are kicking in when?
Yep. I've played a handful of arena shows with Midline, and those were just so great to do those kind of shows. I absolutely loved that. I also like doing, the shows that are like in theaters or clubs that are bigger, like the Knitting Factory and the Revolution, where you can get 1,000 to 3,000 people in the show, like doing part of those Jägermeister tours with Midline, like we did the one with Saliva and Breaking Benjamin, Drowning Pool, those kind of short little runs, the few shows we did with Motley Crue, all of those kind of things. Those are pretty addictive. But with my mentors, they had similar things to say, like what Gary was talking about, like,
what's your why?
Is, some of those are short-lived or maybe they can fall through or whatever the case may be. Is what do you do when you're not on tour? Like all these musicians have a job they do at home. So that was like part of my process was to make teaching my number one thing. So mission accomplished with that. And then the other was to keep networking through all that. And then number 2 was like, well, you could develop your space into being able to record drum tracks remotely. So I have that going for me. So like of the 3-part process, like teaching, recording, and then touring, like I'm in line for number 3 of the plan. So
Okay. Okay, so
you want to play one louder.
James says another saying is excuses are just reasons and reasons are not excuses.
Whoa, I lost that. Oh yeah, excuses are just reasons and reasons are not excuses.
James's New Year's resolution is to sell off more unused gear. Well, you can talk to Adam about that. He's trying not to buy anything, but I'm sure he'll buy something.
So I think Adam and James should connect because they both have this.
One wants to get rid of, one wants to buy less, but I don't see it happening.
See, Adam says he wants to buy less. I'm not convinced on that. And Adam, you should check out some of the stuff that James has to sell.
He didn't say he doesn't want to buy any. He just said less.
Right.
So the door is open.
The door is open to buy less from James.
Gary says you want to play one louder.
Yes.
Adam, something I thought of before Christmas, after I purchased a Yamaha PHX double bass kit. If you spend thousands on a drum set that you could spend on a nice Christmas gift for your wife or girlfriend, does this mean you can say that she bought you the kit? Just a thought. No.
Hey, now there's nothing wrong with Adam's way of thinking here. Zero wrong with that.
Joff says, I remember the 2 dates we did with Static X. It was a taste of wow, that's what it's like. Yeah. Greg, playing live to large crowds feeds the music business ecosphere. Your students see you doing the thing, and it motivates them. It also gives you a sense of legitimacy. Gigging feeds the teaching and the producing. Producing feeds the gigging. Teaching keeps the lights on between tours and recording projects. Yes, absolutely.
Yep. I think Greg touched on that one thing. Your students seeing you do the thing motivates them. Yeah. 100%. I think that's a big difference in people that are teaching music. The ones that are teaching music who don't do anything. It's like, well, I think especially like drums, guitar, bass, those kind of things. It's like if your teacher is living the life, that's a pretty cool deal. That's a pretty cool deal. All the drum teachers I took drum lessons from when I was younger, all were out gigging. They were all gigging, working musicians.
Yeah. Joff also said New Year's resolution is to be better 365 days from today than I am today. Spiritually, as a husband, father, drumming, piano, and guitar.
Look at that.
So that's cool. So, but I would suggest that on those things, like get out a piece of paper and write down what that looks like.
Yeah.
What does it look like spiritually and as a husband and as a father, and as a musician, like write that down, because it's so easy to, and I'm not saying that you're not going to do it, but it's so easy to say, oh, I want to do, I had this thing going into 2020. I was like, I'm going to do better. I'm just like going to, like, to me, it was kind of like City Slickers when he came back. He goes, I'm just going to do everything better. I just had like this thought, like, I want to just do everything better. Like, and my word, my mantra or whatever, my catchphrase was do better. Well, that didn't last because everything got shut down. I didn't even get an opportunity to do better on some of the things I wanted to do better.
Mm-hmm.
But I also wasn't, I could have, had I like actually, written some things down and made like a vision board or whatever you want it to be.
Yeah.
A flow chart, whatever. But I would just say, like, write it down and then make it visible.
Yep.
So that you can actually do that. And seriously, like, that's a lot of growth stuff right there that you're talking about. And growth is hard. I think growth is the hardest of all the goals. Growing is really, really hard. Because it's uncomfortable.
Well, as far as quotes go, the more you get out of your comfort zone, the larger your comfort zone becomes.
Ooh. Oh.
That might be a Fred Fisher original.
No, it's not. Somebody told me that.
I think it's...
No, I think Matt Starr told you that. Yeah, I write them down. Where's my pen and paper? Yep, do it, and then.
But you need some poster board.
Or get a dry erase marker and put it on your mirror in your bathroom. I don't know.
Well, so I know that Joff has got the ability, if he's got a drum room.
Do you have a drum room?
Well, he's moving to a new house and he's going to have a drum room. He's got a specific room so you can put on the wall in your drum room all your goals.
Or maybe on the outside of the door going into the drum room. So you don't shut the drum room door and then you forget about them when you don't practice.
Now, I think that we all have to kind of get into a mindset, a way of thinking. And one of those things just popped in my head. My long lost bass player Stymie, who passed away, unfortunately, unexpectedly in August. He told me this story of when he had his band when he was younger, like late teens, early 20s, that on the outside of the door going into their band room, every single time they went to practice, it said like, "Welcome to Chicago." And then the next time it'd say like, "Welcome to Dallas." Like every time they had a different city, it was like they were putting their weight.
They're putting it out there.
What's that?
They were putting it out there.
They were definitely putting it out there, but it was kind of like they had this goal, right?
Yeah.
To get out of the band room and to do shows. And it's kind of like,
that was a cool idea.
It was a really cool idea. I remember him telling me that, and I thought that was so cool. It was like putting you in this frame of mind, like to be excellent. Like we're going to take what we're doing inside of this room and take it out to the world. And I thought that was super awesome.
Yeah.
So that kept that vision going every time. Now it seems kind of silly, like that's what something like kids would do to play. But kids just play without thinking about what if it doesn't happen, right? Like if you talk to a little kid, like, I mean, especially when we were little, like if you ask kids what they wanted to be, like,
I want to be a fireman.
Right. That would be like a typical response.
Yeah.
Well, did you ever say to a 7-year-old kid, "You can't be a fireman"? You realize how hard it is to be a fireman? There's no way. Like, kid, just learn how to be a banker. Learn numbers, kid. Like we're not squashing that 7-year-old's dream, right? So why is it when people have a dream and a desire to do something that people come around and they say, "Well, good luck with that"?
Yeah, don't listen to that. If you have a goal,
you got to get away from those people.
If you have a dream and a goal, that's your business. It's nobody else's business, right?
Right.
And so you don't listen to those people. If they're not there to help you, then you just don't need to listen to that. That's just a fact. Because there's always going to be somebody, and it can be the people that are close to you. It doesn't have to be.
Yeah,
it usually is the people that are close to you, and you got to only discuss. Like, don't even bring it up. Like if you got somebody who's usually like, "Oh no, you like, how would you? Well, then how are you going to pay your bills? And how are you going to
support yourself?
Well, you won't have medical insurance if you leave that job, and blah blah blah." It's like you figure it out.
Well,
you just get it figured out, but don't let those people
exactly
dissuade you from your dreams, because they're your dreams and it's your life.
So many people know that I play with Cliff Miller, who is like a Americana country artist, and he's from a small town in Idaho called Horseshoe Bend. And he likes the quiet of that, and he's an outdoors person and a hunter and all of those things that I don't know anything about. But a lot of times when we do shows, a lot of them are in more rural areas where there's not a lot of civilization, right? But they appreciate great music. So that's a pretty cool thing. And we've been able to make money doing that. But we could be just driving through some little small town somewhere. And so many times I would hear Cliff say, like, I could vision my family living here. And then as the years went by, him talking about that, he talked about sharing that with other family members. Like, well, I could envision, my family living in this little town, and they'd be like, nobody ever said to him, "Wow, that would be really cool." They always go, "Well, how would you make a living?" What would
Yeah.
you do for
Well,
work?
you make a living here, so how would you make a living
Yeah.
there? I don't know. I guess nobody works in Glens Ferry.
Right?
Nobody has jobs.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You
Oh,
figure it
this
out.
is great. Check out James. Most people with strong or negative feelings about the music business haven't been involved in the music business.
Ah.
Yeah.
Mhm. Or they're at such a low level and then they think that they know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, now let's go back to Adam. One of my favorite quotes, courtesy from Lemmy from Motorhead: "You can't have it all. Where would you put it?" That quote rings truer every time I buy new gear. Yep.
You just get a bigger house.
Right? We're going to need a bigger boat.
I need a bigger boat.
That's from Jaws, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I've had like James has been a really great friend and mentor for me as I grew my teaching business, and I've got so much of that locked in. Like I have a routine to that, and then I'm thinking like, how do we keep expanding that? Hence, our plan here. But I did have people tell me like, you're not going to find enough people to take drum lessons to support you. Like that. I had so many people that said I couldn't do that. But if I talk to somebody like James, who was doing it and did it, it was like, yeah, you can do this, and this is how. Like, that's the kind of reinforcement you need, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then when I talked about having my own recording studio, like, how do I make this space a recording studio? Not just like I'm set up in the living room and there's the TV and there's the couch. It's like, no, I have a dedicated space to recording.
And, and the thing is, there may have been a time where, like, I don't even know who to ask how to do this. Like, I don't even know anybody who has, I don't know anybody who has a home recording studio and has like sound trip. I don't even know. Yeah. Well, now we have at our little fingertips AI. You can ask the AI and it's crazy. Like we did that in our meeting.
Yeah.
I pulled up my phone. I went into ChatGPT and we were asking about, one of our goals is to implement, an educational package for drum lessons. And so we asked ChatGPT, how do you do this? And holy crap, the amount of information it threw at me, we were just like, what? Yep. I mean, and it wasn't just saying, oh, you just do this. It was like, and I can do this, that, and the other for you. Would you like me to do this, that, and the other? And you're like, yeah.
It's very detailed.
It was crazy. Yeah. And you just give it a little bit of information. You tell it about your situation, and it's crazy what it comes up with. And so don't be afraid to utilize that to help you with your goals. Because if it's something you don't know much about, but it's something you want to do, it'll at least get you started in the right direction.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, this is a great comment here from Chris. I think some people discourage others because it's outside their comfort zone.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, I wouldn't want to move to Glens Ferry, so why would you want to move to Glens Ferry?
Right.
Like I'm let's see. Whatever job you might have, like they don't have that kind of job in a small town like Glens Ferry.
Well, to springboard off of what Chris is saying, and you've been witness to this too, Mary, is that when you say I'm going to make teaching my full-time job, the amount of people that came out of it and said, well, good luck with that, or wow, that's going to be really hard, or
we even had those thoughts. Like before you talked to James that first time years ago, the question was, how many people are actually like how many people are really wanting to take drum lessons? Like this just seems like there's only so much room for so many drum instructors. And I think at the time there were 3 that we knew of, and God's already too many. Like how many, like there's too many drum instructors. Like nobody, like they're never going to be full time.
Yeah.
And then you talk to James, he's like, oh yeah, there's plenty. And then, and I don't know if the pandemic had something to do with this, because if you remember, like during the shutdown, people were going nuts buying instruments and like, since I've got all this time to kill, I can't go to work. I'm going to learn how to play guitar. I'm going to learn how to do this or that.
But my point is, there were so many people that said, well, that's kind of an impossible thing.
Right.
But those people weren't in it, right? Because it made them uncomfortable. Just like Chris is saying.
Well, yeah,
but
they were basically saying it out of ignorance because they really truly had no.
But if you get around James, who not only did it and was doing it, James is like, oh yeah, you could do this.
Like, oh really?
Or even Pat Flaherty, who's since retired, he's like, oh yeah, you could do that because they did it, right?
Yeah.
It's like if you're around the people who did it or are doing it and had success with it, those are the people that say, yeah, you can do this.
Yeah.
And then when I said I want to be able to record drum tracks from home, they're like, well, good luck with that. Like thinking like you're not going to have the quality of drum tracks coming out of your little studio that you're going to get, going to some other building somewhere.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
And it was like I mentioned earlier, like had to have that learning curve pretty shallow and like Daniel Marshall said, you only get one chance to make that impression, or you don't get a second chance to make a first impression. It's like, if I'm going to record drum tracks for people, they need to have those tracks and go, these are great. These are very, they don't have to doctor them all up to make them usable.
Yeah.
Because we don't have another chance to go, well, keep hiring us, and as we grow, then your stuff's going to get better too. It's like, no, we have to have it right now.
Well, here's the deal. You only have one life to live.
Aha.
And time is not going on pause for you to, finish doing X before you can start doing Y. Like Greg says here, if I would have had a backup plan, I would have had the tenacity. I wouldn't have had the tenacity or drive to make sure that my plan A actually worked.
Yeah.
You need to plan A works because you created goals and you created steps to get you to those goals.
Yep.
Joff says, I discovered a band, Rebel Redeemed 316, and it's amazing. Then I discovered it was an AI band. Disappointing. Then I thought, start a cover band of the AI music. Right? Would that make you the original artist then?
Yeah.
Chris says, plan B is plan A. James, the difference is that you had a positive attitude and worked a plan versus waiting for it to fall into your lap. That's 100%.
Yeah.
Every aspect of that. Like a positive attitude. You have to say,
yeah,
listen, like if Taylor Swift can do it, anybody can do it. And I'm not saying it's such a low level thing. I'm saying if there are people out there making their dreams come true, then you can too.
Yeah.
There's
absolutely.
no reason why only people like Taylor Swift are allowed to be megastars, or that only this person can be a CEO of a company, or only this person can be a principal at a school. Like you have that opportunity to do it too. You just need to have the tenacity to do it and the positive attitude and planning, all of that.
Yeah. You have to have some patience as well.
Well, patience comes from the steps, right?
Yeah.
So if I'm saying, well, I want to lose 30 pounds and then I don't have any steps, I'm not taking any steps to get there.
Yep.
Or I want to have 40 students in order to quit my full-time job of landscaping. If you don't have a plan on how to get there, you're going to get impatient and you're going to give up.
Yep. Yeah.
So, yeah. Let's see
what
Adam Parsons says, my teachers at school were so negative about me wanting to be in the music business. Yeah. And here I am 45 years later, waking up every morning, loving what I do and making more money than they could have ever dreamed of. So if you have a goal, pursue it. You only have one life on this earth. Absolutely 100%.
Yeah.
And there's only one surefire way to fail, and that's to give up. Yep. Yeah. And who's in control of all that? You are.
Yep. Yeah, exactly.
You're in control of it, not the person saying you can't do that.
Yeah.
Because blah, blah, blah.
That's why my recent experience of somebody saying not to network just took me back, and it was like, okay, well then I'm just going to sidestep around you.
Yeah.
I don't have to join in your way of thinking.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to sidestep that whole thing.
Yeah.
And see, there's only one surefire way to fail, and that's to give up.
Yep.
I think there was a great, I've watched a lot of Kenny Aronoff interviews. Kenny Aronoff is so inspiring to me because he was one of those guys that didn't take no for an answer. Right. And when he thought his career was ending, when John Mellencamp said, okay, well, I'm going to take some time off, he was freaked out. I'm not just going to work for one artist. I'm going to work for all of them.
Yeah.
And I don't think anybody told Kenny not to network.
Well, I mean, you wouldn't know. He's not going to tell you that probably.
Well, okay, you could just look at his body of work, his resume.
If anybody did tell him that, he didn't listen.
Right. But he said, if you're not going to do the work and you're just going to just not do anything, then get up and get out of the way, because people will just step on you and step over you and go around you to get to their goal.
Yep.
They're not going to let you, just don't be in the way. Get out of the way.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's an excellent thing that Adam just said. There is only one surefire way to fail, and that's to give up.
Yeah.
Boom.
And you are 100% in control of that.
Yep. Yeah. Adam, thanks for putting that. That's very impactful right there.
Yep.
Well,
so
I really think for me, it's more fun to say yes than no. It is more fun to smile and laugh than to frown and have this negative vibe. I've watched interviews with other music teachers who have a long day ahead of them and feeling tired. And that's not to say that I don't get tired while I'm teaching, but when I had Rick Stojak on the show a few weeks ago, I feel like every person who walks through the door next is the next rock star. I'm training rock stars, and you never know who the next Neil Peart is walking through the door, or the next Mike Portnoy, or whatever. And so if they walk in and they see their teacher down in the dumps and tired and not interested in them, they're not going to take drum lessons for very long. Not from you anyway. They're going to move on. Yeah. So it's so much more fun to just be excited to see every person that walks through the door and to learn this instrument. And it's so exciting to meet other musicians. It's so exciting when I get an email from somebody that said, hey, you were recommended to play drums on my record, and I've got these things. And I'm like, hey man, it's great to meet you. Let's check out the song. This is my rate, whatever the information is, and let's make it happen. Mm-hmm. It's not to say this song sucks and get back to me. It's not, you don't respond that way.
Yeah.
Recently I played with that Guns N' Roses tribute band called Pretty Tied Up, which had Alex Kane on guitar and Chip Zinoff from the band Enough's Enough on bass. And it wasn't like I went there to fanboy. I went there to provide a service of drumming.
It's a fanboy.
Right? And just to hang with them and just talk about just normal day-to-day stuff. Mm-hmm. And it was cool. Mm-hmm. And not to be freaked out by it.
Yeah.
Adam says it's also what you know.
Yeah. Well.
Oh, I missed the first part.
Yeah.
It jumped on me. It's not what you know, it's who you know, but also it's what you know. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
No goal blocking unless you play soccer or hockey, says Chris.
So that goes both ways. Don't be that person that says you can't do that.
Right.
I don't think there's anything wrong with saying, especially if you are, for example, when Fred was talking to James, mm-hmm. James would know, oh, well, I tried this and it didn't work. And that's good information. But James wouldn't be saying that. And I'm not saying James said anything like this. I'm just using this as an example. But but he wouldn't be saying, don't do this because I did this and it didn't work. It's more like, just be aware, I tried this and I didn't have success because of, this is what I experienced. And then because then it's, then you're like, oh, well, I know why you didn't have success with that because of blank or whatever, but like, don't say something to somebody to discourage them. If there's valuable information that might seem negative, I'm sure you could probably throw that out there.
Yeah.
Just so the person doesn't stumble when they come across that obstacle or whatever. But anyway, so there's, like, I mentioned that book, The 12-Week Year.
Yep.
And if you are serious about working on goals, I would recommend reading this book. And I'm going to I've been trying to post it in the comments and it's not letting me. But you can find it on Amazon. It's called The 12-Week Year, and it is by Brian Moran. And
do you have the book in there with you?
I don't.
Oh, okay.
I don't know where it went.
It might be on the chair behind you.
Oh, it is. Yeah.
I was just going to say, if you want me to show it, I could.
Yeah, just a second. Anyway, I would suggest getting that because what it says is get more done in 12 weeks than others do in 12 months.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what it says, like, on the little synopsis or whatever. Most organizations and individuals work in the context of annual goals and plans, a 12-month execution cycle. Instead, the 12-week year avoids the pitfalls and low productivity of annualized thinking.
Yeah.
This book redefines the year to be 12 weeks long. In 12 weeks, there just isn't enough time to get complacent, and urgency increases and intensifies. The 12-week year creates focus and clarity on what matters most and a sense of urgency to do it now. In the end, more of the important stuff gets done, and the impact on results is profound. It explains how to leverage the power of a 12-week year to drive improved results in any area of your life, offers a how-to book for both individuals and organizations seeking to improve their execution effectiveness. And so you can apply this to anything. This isn't just for businesses. It's for anything in your life. But yeah, it's they talk about how, like, there's always this crunch at the end of the year. Oh, we got to make our sales. We got to
meet this quota
or whatever. And so they're cramming at the end of the year to do something. And how many times have you said, oh, I want to lose 30 pounds this year. And now we're in November and you haven't lost. In fact, you're up 5 pounds.
Right. Now you got 35 to lose in 60 days.
So
which is probably not going to happen.
By creating this 12-week year or 12-week goal time frame. I'm sorry, I'm like choking on something. Then you're shortening that time, and you'll actually be more productive and get more done in the course of year than you originally had planned.
Yeah. Yep.
So I'm thinking of, who was it? Was it Joff that said, I want to,
his list of
things?
The
spirituality husband, all that. But you said to be better 365 days from now. Well, what about in 12 weeks?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
what's your life going to look like in 12 weeks?
Yeah. So, yeah.
Isn't there a quote on the door in there that says, in the next 6 months?
Oh, yeah.
What does it say?
It says, don't fear failure. Fear being in the exact same place next year as you are today.
Yeah. Yeah.
That just rings true for so much, right? Like,
it does.
I remember when I was learning to play guitar in college, and it hurt. My fingers hurt, and it was hard. And and I was in college, so I didn't get to practice as much as I wanted to. Oh man, I would have ditched all my schoolwork to just play, because I loved it.
Yeah.
But I couldn't, and so I just remember having thoughts of like, oh, this is so hard, and I suck, and whatever, but then thinking like, but so and so who is a certain guitar player, singer, whatever, like that person's about the same age as me and they started playing around the same time. And if I just stick to it, then I'll be this much better in, by that time frame too. Right.
Yeah.
So, like you just don't, our lives are too short. You're running out of time.
Yeah.
Make the most of each day and be
So
productive.
I highlighted Chris's comment. It keeps the deadline within sight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
It's I think in the book it describes like a hill. Like if you're at day one, like say January 1st and December 31st is over here, like there's a hill to that. You can't see December 31st from January 1st. You might be able to see like the top of the hill 6 months, right?
Sure.
So, but if you're looking up the first 3 months, like that seems obtainable, right? And then once you're here, like the next goal's over here. So you move over there, and then that's the next goal, and then the next goal after that.
One of the things I wrote down, I'm just looking at, because I took notes from when I was going through the book. Your current actions are creating your future.
Yep. Yeah. Yep.
Vision provides motivation to act, but vision without action is just a dream. It is the consistent action that turns a dream into reality.
Yep.
Yep. All right.
You want me to show that book?
Oh, yeah. Hold on. I'll grab it.
If you bring it around the corner, I've shown this book a few times over the last year. It's so good. Here it comes. Boom, 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 boom. The 12-Week Year. And it's by Brian Moran. There you go. Good stuff right there.
Yep.
Good stuff. Well, I think we covered it all. Did we cover it all? We covered it all.
So.
Everything was covered.
I think so.
Right?
Covered it all.
Boom, just like that, baby. I hope everybody had an amazing Christmas, and I hope everybody has an amazing New Year, and you set some goals that are achievable, and then you set the next set of goals that are beyond that, and that we could all have this prosperous, make our dreams come true kind of year, and it just keep going and going and going and going and going, and that you don't get to the end of January and go, well, I already failed at this.
Nope.
We don't want that to happen. Don't want that to happen. I want to just encourage everybody to set your sights on something and just don't take your eyes off the prize, right? Gary says, great show. And Adam says, really enjoyed this. Thank you. Happy New Year to you all. Man, thank you, Adam. Look forward to shaking your hand someday, my friend. That would be so cool.
Yeah.
So cool. And Gary, we need to do like a Saturday morning coffee hang.
Yeah.
we need to do that. Gary and I used to do that frequently, and then
he moved out to Nampa.
Yeah.
Nampa.
Gary, how dare you? How dare
That's okay.
Gary used to just live down the street from me, and now he's a good like 30 minutes away.
We'll meet somewhere in the middle.
Yeah. All right, everybody have an amazing day.
Yeah. Don't wait till New Year's Day to write down your goals. Do it today.
Right now. Right at this second.
Don't make it a cliche.
Right. All right, love you guys. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you. Oh, next week. Uh-oh. Guest number 1 for next week will be Mr. Rob Ridgway, who owns 12th Fret Music, which is so awesome. And I think I could say this now, since we're at the end of the show and heading into one of those goals that Thomas was talking about, was as my podcast has been growing, Mary and I have these discussions frequently about finding a sponsor for the show, because it's starting to cost a little bit to get this going and to expand it. And I went and met with Rob Ridgway at 12th Fret Music, and first of all invited him to be a guest on the show. And then I said, would 12th Fret Music be interested in sponsoring the Drummergy podcast for the next year? And and he was able to pay for all the streaming service associated costs for the Drummergy podcast for 2026. And so we have our very first sponsor.
Yay!
12th Fret Music is now going to be sponsoring the Drummergy podcast for 2026, and it's absolutely awesome. And so I thought it'd be really, really appropriate to have Rob on as our first guest next week.
Yay!
Yeah, so mission accomplished. Now we just need to start thinking about the next one. So there we go.
Yeah.
Can't wait. Victory.
Can't wait for that one.
Victory. All right. We're going to go and have breakfast. Let's go
right.
see if the boys want to join us, Mary, and we'll do our thing.
Okay.
Okay. Have a great day. We'll see you guys later.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Bye.